So I wanted to give you another viewpoint of another scenario. So I talked earlier, we're back in the bedroom again, but we're in the bathroom. I'm in the full size bathroom in the upstairs bedroom, which there's only one room upstairs. So I know that Sherry is in that room right there is the walk in closet. So I would take a defensive position in this bathroom with the front door closed, or the bedroom door closed over there. So here I am with my semi-automatic shotgun. I got a red dot type of scope on this, and I've got the red dot aimed right at like 5-6 inches above the door handle. If somebody opens that door, I'm gonna unload this shotgun right into it. I'm telling you, I'm not even playing. If you're bold enough to come in my house in the middle of the night, and you're bold enough to come up these stairs and open that door, then I'm sorry about your luck, but you're dying of lead poisoning. That's just how it is. So, because like I told you in the other videos, my number one concern was always to protect Sherry. That's really all I cared about. I don't care about a shitting thing in this house, but I did care about her. So, if you're bold enough to open that door, you're gonna get it. Now, if that's the police or something, and they get up here, they're gonna identify themselves. They're gonna tell you, Elyria police, whatever, Rankin County Sheriff, whoever they are, they're gonna let you know that, because they're not gonna want to open that door either. Especially when you've told 911 operator that you're loaded with firearm and you're in a room ready to protect yourself. So my viewpoint was right here, looking at this. So it would be dark, right? It's nighttime, so it's not this bright. But what I did was I used to leave the blind open in that little landing room out there. We got that room's small. It was supposed to be a little office, but we always had a little love seat in it and had a TV in it at one time, which we took out. I kind of got rid of that, but with the blind open out there, you'd get a little bit of street light into that room. This room would be pretty dark. So if that door opened, obviously, here I am, and we're talking close, right? We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're talking 7 steps to that door. 7 steps to that door. I don't even have to be the greatest aimer in the world. I got number 4 loaded up in here. Maybe I got nitro turkey loads, extra kick. Those shoot really hard. And right here I am. You open that door, and you're gonna take it. You're gonna take 7 rounds right in your center mass area. And the fight's over. The fight was over on the second round, I guarantee it. But I'm just gonna unload on you, and that's gonna be it. I know Sherry's over there, so I'm not worried about her being in any direct line of fire, right? Everything's covered, pretty good to go. Different scenario scenes that you might play out through your house. What about it's evening time and you're downstairs in your living room and you hear somebody trying to get in your front door. I developed a plan for that. We rehearsed it with unloaded empty firearms. We used to rehearse these scenarios, so if it ever really happened, we would know what to do. These are tumultuous times. You've got, let's be honest, you've got drug addicts right now who are unemployed, who are used to making, $300-400 at the crappy little part-time job, and then getting their fix and laying around. Well, they're not going to get that anymore. And at some point, they're going to get desperate. And the desperate time is what we're talking about. That's when people become more bold, ready to break into your home. So I will say this. I lease the most expensive rental in Lorain County, really. I don't know. I've never heard of any place to be costing more money to be into. And I feel like we live in a really good area. But with that said, one particular morning, we got up and there was feet print in the snow, came onto our little balcony area, which there's nothing back there. There's no reason for anybody to be behind any of these units. But somebody came into our little fenced in little balcony area and tried to open our sliding door that would take you into the living room. That happened, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago, 5 years ago. freaked us both out, and I spent the next week sleeping on the couch with the firearm in my hands. So you just never know, right? And people know you, word gets around. That's one problem about me being an advocate for Second Amendment rights and doing training videos and training people is people know I have stuff. And because people know I have stuff, that kind of opens me up for more of a burglary type attack to get my stuff to sell, right? So, like I said, it's time to lock down. These are rough times, you know. We're not working. I'm not working. I'm trying to get a small business administration loan to help fund my business for the next month while I sit here and don't make any money and don't get paid. Can't even get unemployment at this point because I'm self-employed. So I got to take care of myself. I got to take care of my own stuff, and that's really what I'm talking about. You know, I don't want anybody to come through that door. I do not want that. But I've trained enough that it will be automatic if they do. If you just went out and buy some type of firearm and think, I'm going to use this for self, it's not going to happen. You got to get proficient. You got to be ready for it. You know, even the sound. So the sound goes off. These are loud. Your ears are ringing if you shoot this outside at an outdoor gun range. Your ears are ringing if you have more protection. The sound is 20 times more louder inside a dwelling. You will not be hearing anything for quite a while. So that's something you have to fight through. If you pull the trigger, you know, just keep pulling because you're going to be stunned by that. And that noise is going to set you back on its own. So you've just got to fight through it and go on. One thing that my tactical training you always talk about was creating pressure in your ears by holding your breath for a moment. You know, you kind of like create that little bit of airlock in your head to try to help keep that noise from hitting your ears. I've watched some videos recently and I thought it was kind of a good idea about people who got the electronic earmuffs, which I have for the range, but I never really liked them that well. But in this case, I think they'd work well. So inside your home, you've heard of noise in the night. You put on the electronic earmuffs. They actually are like a hearing aid, so you're going to hear things better. And then if you have to pull the trigger, it's going to kick on and block that noise, so you're not going to be so disoriented out of it. And another thing I wanted to talk about is the aftermath. So something's happened and the ungodly things happen and you've had to shoot somebody in your home. You have nothing to tell the police. I'm telling you, do not tell them nothing. You know, my name is Rich and this is my home. That's it. Anything other information they want, and get it from my lawyer. You just don't know in today's world how things will go. You know, I've taken a stand to make sure that I protected my loved ones, and I'll deal with the consequences afterward. And I'm going to tell them, appreciate you guys. I'm not trying to be an asshole to you, but my training has told me that it's best if I don't say anything, and you can talk to my lawyer. And that's just the way it goes. You know, they're going to take your firearm out of the house. You may or may not be arrested. All these things, you know. I doubt it. They show up and they find out your windows broke, your door's kicked in. I mean, you look pretty innocent, right? But you've got to have that mindset of, I'm willing to accept that in order to protect the people that I love. So if someone's bold enough to come in your house in the middle of the night, they're bold enough to do anything else. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you went through somebody's window in their house, somebody else's house in the middle of the night, right? Normal people just don't do that. Things to think about. Again, you need to look at your own house. What gives you cover? Where can you go? What's the best firearm of choice? How do I protect the people inside the house? How do I protect my neighbors? You know, it's a lot of questions that need a lot of good answers, and it can't be a snap decision. You've really got to think about this stuff. You know, like I said before, a cell phone, a good charged up cell phone, and a flashlight should also be part of your self-defense thing. Real quickly, I just want to say for those of you people who are like, hey, I got kids running through my house and I can't leave a loaded handgun or rifle or whatever laying out like that. And I totally understand and support that. However, there are gun safes. There are small little gun safes that'll sit on a nightstand that you program with your fingerprints. And if something happens in the middle of the night, you reach over and you lay your hand on it and the drawer opens and a slide comes to with you that would present you with your handgun, right? Here you got something that only you and your husband or you and your wife can get into. Nobody else's hands can open it. And there's your loaded self-defense. I don't own one. Someday I'm going to buy one just so I can show it to people, but I don't own one because I don't have any kids running around my house. So with that said, there's always a way. Now there's a holster. I seen it on the internet just the other day. It's a holster that comes underneath your mattress off your box spring, and it holds your pistol in it, and it's a thumbprint reader. So you can log it into like two people's thumbprints all unlock it. So you heard a bump in the night, you reach down, put your hand around your grip, take your thumb, set it on the thing, beep, and boom, out comes your gun. Your kids, your grandkids, unauthorized personnel, whoever that is, can't get to it. Just make sure you trust the person that you let be the other thumb, right? There's nothing more wonderful than being in a relationship with somebody else who's got your back, your six. Somebody else is ready to protect you as much as you're ready to protect them. And that's an amazing feeling. I hope these answers some of your questions and thoughts. If you like always, feel free, contact me. Do it openly so everybody can see it, or contact me privately if you don't want anybody to know your business. Totally willing to always help people out. So, till next time, see you later.